Alright, what is up, y'all? So, this weekend on Sunday, me and RandomGaming VGC played two best of threes. Uploaded one on Tuesday, and I'll be uploading one on Thursday. So we got the second one here. We can see his team looks pretty tough. We'll talk about it in a sec. Let's look at my team. If you haven't looked at Random Gaming VGC's channel, I suggest going and checking his channel out. I really like how well he breaks down the way that he makes his teams. He said that he did not try out the team that he made for these two battles, the two teams he made, very much. So, there's that. I didn't try out my team from the last video very much. I just kind of threw together a Kanto team. I have tried this team out quite a bit. I just didn't have another random team to throw in. This is an adaptation of my Palkia team, where I thought instead of Palkia, now that we're doing Series 9 teams for you guys, I would try Machamp. Machamp can be really fun on this team. One of the leads that I considered is that I can protect Dracozolt turn 1, Dynamax Machamp and Stone Edge, and get that Stone Edge boost. I do have Quick Claw on Machamp right now, which I wasn't necessarily intending on. I just kind of went for it. Normally I would go for Scope Lens, which I actually can do on this team, but I just wanted to preserve the way that I was using it for this match. With Scope Lens, after you use G-Max Cheese Strike, you can get 3 critical hit ratios on Stone Edge. Stone Edge already has crit high boost, Scope Lens, and then Cheese Strike is like focus energy. So it's pretty crazy. I like No Guard Machamp, and Dynamic Punch is obviously really fun. Leftover Zapdos on this team, not Assault Vest. Dracozolt and Zapdos are actually the only two people on this team who have Protect, which is the one thing I don't like. I don't have a lot of Protectors on this team, but I do try to make use of them as much as I can. It looks like this team could practically use Dracovish better than Dracozolt, but I like it. So, Excadrill just has a good moveset. Razor Claw gets a lot of crits. Weakness Policy T-Tar, really hard to choose a move to take away for Protect, so we just kind of leave it. And Rillaboom, I really like this moveset more than Fake Out. I know Fake Out would be really useful, but we're out here. So, the one move I probably used less than anything else is Drain Punch. But, that's the team. Let's look at his team. So he has Regirock. Regirock is probably the most evenly balanced Regi in terms of defense, special defense, so that's a good choice. Celesteela, that's pretty tough. Could do Leech Seed shenanigans. Cresselia is a straight tank. Probably has Trick Room and some crazy stuff. T-Tar. Comfey also gets Trick Room, Floral Healing. Rillaboom can set up grassy terrain to increase the floral healing, so there's some synergies on this team. The team is pretty threatening, and I am faster than a lot of this team, but they have Trick Room to go for, so it's going to be something. If you haven't checked out his channel, I do suggest it. I really like Random Gaming's channel, and I like playing with him. So give him a like and subscribe. Give me a like and subscribe. We out here. Cresselia Regirock. And I actually did go for the Machamp Dracozolt. So I don't actually have an amazing lead against this team. I pretty much have to go for one person who's good and one person who isn't. If they had led Celesteela, that's kind of what Dracozolt covers for. But also we can try doing the Protect Max Rock Ball thing. Not against this. Against this, I honestly just want to see if I can get rid of Cresselia. Max Darkness, Volt Peak. I actually get the Quick Claw right away, which I don't need. And it kinda sucks because, like, I just showed my item. Like, well, there you go, I have a Quick Claw. So, yeah, we go for the Max Darkness. It doesn't do a lot. Oh, dang it, Cresselia. Volt Peak. Stepping on the beach. Doo-doo. Oh, it didn't do enough. I did change the nature on my Machamp for the new team so that it has raised attack instead of raised speed. That did a lot. So maybe it would have been able to pick up that knockout, but that was devastating. So now I'm just gonna Bolt Beat the Cresselia and try to Chi Strike Regirock. That sucked. Cresselia's tank energy. They didn't go for Trick Room though, they went for Psychic, not expecting me to Dynamax. And they Ally Search. I would say Bolt Beak did a little bit more to Regirock than it did to Cresselia. The Chi Strike doesn't even knock out Cresselia from that range. It probably has like 1 health. I saw that and I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose this one. Like, so we got Zapdos in the back and Excadrill. We're just gonna try to make it work. I mean, so they might Ally Switch, which I would not be happy with. So I'm gonna Heat Wave, make sure we get rid of Cresselia, assuming we hit the Heat Wave. And then we can pretty much assure that the Dynamic Punch is gonna hit Regirock. Nobody enjoys... Oh, it's not Dynamic Punch. No one enjoys Dynamic Punch, though. Getting put to sleep is really annoying. Machamp you can't even, like, make fast. Machamp with max speed nature has like maybe 235 speed. Like, this thing does not get fast. It probably has like 220 speed. Alright, we're getting pumped. I'm gonna check out max speed right now on Machamp because I know it's garbage. They actually have weakness policy. Regirock. That's not good. 229 max speed. It's terrible. So, I mean, he's already got me down to 2 people left. Like, when you already have 2 people left, and, like, they still have 3, you know, he's about to send out Celesteela, which is good against Machamp. I'm like, alright, this is pretty much over. Ooh, Regirock still has a turn at Dynamax, too. So I'm gonna try to Dynamic Punch Celesteela and hope that my Drill Run can do enough to Regirock, or my Iron Head. Drill Run would have been better because it has a high critical hit ratio, and that crit could actually knock out Regirock. So not going for Drill Run is a bad move. Machamp was gonna be faster anyways. Okay, they max guard, that's fine. The confusion. I would have loved to actually confuse him. Air Swoosh? Ah. Yeah. Didn't get confused. And he got me. So now it's 3 of their Pokemon versus Excadrill. That game just kind of got away from me, honestly. Like, they one-shot 2 of my people. Right? Well, actually, no. They whittled away Dracozolt in a really smart way. And then they just straight murked my Zapdos. The best play for me this game, because I was expecting them to try to Trick Room, and I didn't want that. If I had actually doubled up Regirock on turn 1, that could have made a big difference. Because let's see what they actually have in the back. If I had got rid of Regirock turn 1, they would have had Cresselia, Celesteela, which, I mean, Celesteela is not great against Zapdos. I did waste my Dynamax, though. So I would have wasted my Dynamax on Machamp. Rillaboom comes out. Rillaboom is also bad against Zapdos. So, I mean, yeah, if I had gotten rid of Regirock way earlier, that would have been smart. I practically could have not even Dynamaxed and gone for Dynamic Punch High Horsepower. I actually think Volt Beak might do more than High Horsepower, even though it is super effective. Yeah, so GG's, GG's. So how am I going to adjust? I didn't know if he was going to do the same thing. I felt like leading Rillaboom Dracozolt could actually be nice here. And then, you know, if it really doesn't work out, I can switch somebody out. I thought about using T-Tar, decided Excadrill Machamp was going to be a solid back lead. Rillaboom and Dracozolt can double target the Regirock if we need to. Comfy Regirock. Okay. So, his teams have definitely got front set up. Which is good. You know, you don't want your team to always rely on a front gimmick. Like, if you have a team where, like, you're always going for a front gimmick, and then if the front gimmick, like, fails, you just lose. You don't want something like that. But, you know, this Regirock Comfy lead is something. And I'm like, oh god, now I have to try to deny Trick Room again, instead of targeting Regirock right away. Even though they didn't go for Trick Room. So, oh, they Giga Drained their self, they didn't go for Trick Room again. So I actually could have, like, Dynamaxed Rillaboom and G-Max Drum Solo plus Volt Beak, the Regirock. That doesn't do enough. Everyone's surviving in this game. And he one-shots Dracozolt. So this is already starting to not go my way. This is kind of like the last game, like, he's doing exactly what he needs to. Just straight knocking myths out left and right. And I'm like, no! So we bring out Excadrill, right? Not Rillaboom. And this turn, I decided to double up on Regirock. I just thought if they ally switch, Ironhead is the fastest thing on the field. So Ironhead will hit the Comfey, take out Comfey, and then Regirock gets the G-Max Drum Solo. If they don't ally switch, then Regirock just takes both hits, and it's like, well, okay. Floral Healing. Alright, so they were right up under the level sign. That takes them down to the level sign again. G-Max Drum Solo. Ooh, does a lot. So he does target Rillaboom there. I doubt he was expecting me to Dynamax Rillaboom because nobody really does that anymore. But Rillaboom is a really good Dynamaxer. And that would have actually knocked out One Shot. But if they Max Quaked Excadrill, I'd be in a way bad position right now. So this time I'm gonna Ironhead Comfey to get rid of it. I'm really hoping Floral Healing doesn't heal too much. I know it heals like two-thirds of a regular amount of health on grassy terrain. Let's see it. Actually, I think I can do that much. It might be a high roll, but that's just about as much as I was doing. Do it! Knock out! Go! Yes! Oh, that turn switched the tides. That turn worked. And I guess technically if he had targeted Excadrill and one-shot Excadrill, I would have just brought out whoever was in the back, and just tried the same procedure again, except that I would have knocked out their, Regirock still. This time I'm going to go for Ironhead on Rillaboom and Max Flutterby. I mean, yeah, it sucks for them to have Celesteela, but like, okay, I flinch them and I crit them, which sucks. I do have Razor Claw. But we pick up that knockout. G-Max Flutterby. It's an answer to another Rillaboom. Air Sloosh. We also lowered their special attack with Max Flutterby, which is really smart. Okay, Rock Slide, go. Make a flinch. It's a 30% flinch on these moves. They do get a crit again. Knock off the leftovers, and they flinch. That's so unfortunate. I mean, it was pretty much over anyways. But that sucks a lot. Like, the crit was nice. I just don't see them having an answer for Excadrill right now unless they just Leech Seed Protect spam. But they were probably gonna Air Slash Rillaboom. Might have knocked out. I did take away their leftovers. So we pick up that one. It didn't necessarily look like it was gonna work. This last game, I decided to go back to the Zolt Machamp lead. I do like that lead a lot on this team. And if I need, I can just switch somebody out based on how they start. They lead Comfy Regirock again. Sorry, it got cut off. I actually decided to withdraw Dracozolt for Zapdos this turn. It wasn't the right play. But, whatever. I kinda just figured they were gonna play this one the same way they played the last one. Regirock protects, though. And Comfy doesn't priority. So, what does that tell us? What's the one non-priority move that Comfy runs? Trick Room. They actually went for the Trick Room. So I'll say this. They went for Trick Room right there. And in my head, I was like, wow, I pretty much just auto-lose to Trick Room right now, don't I? And I mean, I probably could have just not played very hard and, like, not done switch out shenanigans and, like, just accepted the loss. But the way that I see things is there's no, honor or, like, good feeling that really comes out of winning a game that somebody let you win. So, like, I totally could have just taken the, like, easy way out and just been like, fine, you win. But if I want him to get a truly satisfying win on me, I'm gonna make him work for it. So, he's got the Trick Room up. But I mean, it's the same way that, like, it can feel good to... You can lose a win, you can lose a match, and know exactly what steps you could have taken to win, and be like, okay, so, like, the team can do this, I just need to make different plays. And that makes me feel good. And I guess the same thing can be said about someone not just letting me win, because I think that just doesn't feel good either, so... I protect Zapdos, knowing that they're probably going to max Rockfall that slot. They do go for the Giga Drain setup. They don't critical hit their self this time on grassy terrain, so it does, like, way less damage. Who's it going to? Okay. They do max Rockfall Zapdos. So at this point, the way I'm thinking about this is just stall their Dynamax, stall their Trick Room. Like, literally whatever I can do to do that, that's just what I need to do right now. If I want the most sliver of chance of winning this, like, stall their Dynamax, stall their Trick Room, make something happen. So with Machamp, I'm honestly just straight targeting down this Comfy, with the max Rock Balls. And I think Ally Switch would have been smart for Comfy here, just cause, like, I do keep targeting it with max Rockfall. And Regirock's gonna take, like, 3 damage from a max Rockfall. I decided to switch out Excadrill for, Zapdos out for Excadrill. Because if they're gonna keep max Rockfall in that slot, Excadrill takes those. They actually floral healing theirself from this very low amount of health missing, which I don't really get. I mean, maybe it'll make a difference in the long run. I think Ally Switch was the right move. Max Rockfall does waste another one of their Dynamaxes going into Excadrill. So, you know, like, all things considered, this is kind of working. The Switch shenanigans are keeping us in the game, if there's any way to say it. That is my last Dynamax turn. I wasted all my Dynamax turns getting rid of Comfy. Like, Comfy is actually a tank, too. Really boom. Okay. So now they have fake out pressure because they probably have fake out on their Rillaboom. I didn't want them to fake out Machamp and one-shot Machamp. I figured, well, I mean, if they fake out Machamp, they could fake out Excadrill. I really figured that if they Grassy Glide this turn, Zapdos can actually probably survive a Grassy Glide. So I switch out Machamp this time for Zapdos, knowing that I just want to preserve Machamp for later. They fake out Excadrill. They max Quake the Machamp slot. That makes a huge difference. And I didn't plan for it to happen. So, you know, it kind of sucks for them. Like, they targeted into an ineffective turn the same way they did in the last game. Like, max striked with Regigigas into Marowak on the switch-in. Now they just max quaked into Zapdos. I'm gonna detect again. I told you, I'm making use of these protects. I only got 2 people who do it, but I am making use of it. So, what are they gonna do though? I mean, they do have a +2 Regirock, which is really bad for me. There's still Trick Room, but I think this is the last turn of Trick Room. We protect. That does nothing to Excadrill. Knockoff. I think Knockoff was the right move if you were expecting a switch out. If you're not expecting a switch out, Grassy Glide would have just taken out Excadrill. And that would be the right thing to do. So I would have Grassy Glide there. Whether or not it would have actually made a difference in the end game, is debatable. You know, it really comes down to, well, Rillaboom does have full health, meaning I would have had to double target Rillaboom. I would have had to double target Rillaboom probably. Grassy Glide takes me out. Oh no, because I get the Hurricane off now. They missed this Rock Slide. Sucks. A lot. A lot. Oh yeah, and I have 3 people in the back. That's why I felt like I was in a better position. Because I was switching out so much that I actually conserved all my people. And that was nice. So I'm gonna Heat Wave, hoping that I can get a burn, and I am gonna keep using my protects. Grassy Glide, Dracozolt, it worked. Heat Wave, doesn't miss. I am getting a lot of not misses, which is really nice for me. No burn. I would have liked to burn. Yeah. So I would have brought them down to low health with Rillaboom, and then I would have just had Machamp and Dracozolt on the field. I would have probably, like, Bolt Beaked Rillaboom and Dynamic Punched Regirock. They would have at least got off 1 Grassy Glide on either Machamp or Dracozolt. The nice thing is that a Life Orb Bolt Beak on Celesteela is gonna do fat damage. So Celesteela practically would have never even got to do anything in this board positioning. Shiny Dracozolt, which I got from a raid. Nice. Nice. And then the Dynamic Punch, go. The Dynamic Punch is just another little layer of annoyance because now they could just get confused and then it's just over. They use Earthquake. Earthquake does 50% damage on grassy terrain, so I think Rock Slide would have been maybe better there. Machamp would have probably survived anything they did, so even if Drake's ult got knocked out, Machamp would have picked this up. Wow. Did you expect that I was going to end up winning the third one? Not based on that. He played really well. And I mean, yes, there was some plays he could have made differently, like grassy gliding. Grassy gliding instead of knockoff. But in general, like, that was pretty crazy. And like I was saying, I mean, technically, I could have just accepted that first turn on the third game went so bad for me that it's like, yeah, dude, like, you probably win. But I was going to make him work for it if he was going to win. And the way that I made him work for it just so happened to make me win the third game. So, switch out shenanigans really can be good if you can expect what they're going to do really well. That Rockfall did literally nothing to Excadrill. The switch into Zapdos was really unfortunate for them. But, that's really, I guess, what I want to say. Like, the switch outs worked really well. Relying on a gimmick can be a little bit rough. Like the Wheezing Regigigas gimmick and then the Weakness Policy Regirock gimmick. I don't think he was relying on the gimmicks, but, just once I got past them, the people I had in the back took care of it pretty well. But, so even though we win these, GG's to him. Definitely check out his channel just because I keep winning. Like, I'm getting lucky sometimes practically, and there's things that could have gone differently. So, he is a really good player. I'm a really good player, even though we both together probably have less than 60 subscribers. But that's what happens when you're growing a channel. If anybody wants to give tips on growing channel, I'm here for that. If you want to give me suggestions, I just got to make a Twitter or Facebook, I have Facebook, Instagram, all that dumb stuff. But here's the team. Try out the team if you want. Try out his team, even though you won't be able to use them till next week. And, GG's to him, man. Those were some really good games, and each time we play, it's just, he puts my back against the wall half the time, and then I just figure it out. And that's what's fun. It's fun either way. But, till next time, have a good one.